Last Sunday, I'm at the gym and I'm stood outside and it is packed. Like I'm talking, it's like a resort level packed where there's tons of people inside. Usually outside, there's like a pool and a sauna, whatever. Usually there'll be like, 20 people, 30, 40 people. But this day there must have been over 100. Every sunbed taken up, people sat on the floor, girls in groups walking in, hot girls. It's like almost like a reality TV show with there's tons of hot girls, tons of hot guys as well. And it's just like so busy, but so lively. And this one particular moment, I'm like speaking to a group of my friends. I'm in this lively, hype mood. And I see a girl who's like exactly my type, who's sat over there. She's blonde, gym girl kind of physique. And so I want to speak to her. And so I literally shout out. I'm talking about like a 10-meter distance. I shout out, "Yo, excuse me. You're really cute. What's your name?" And like everyone's smiling, looking, a few people laugh when they hear me say that. And she even says like, "Wow, you're so confident," whatever. Go up, speak to her, get a number. Boom. As I'm getting her number, I remember a time when me and my brother were sat like in the living room, like 10, 15 years ago. And I'm trying to think of what to text this girl who I want to be with. And he's telling me, what to text. Okay, so just say to her that you really want to see her and only her, and you think about her all the time, and all this like gay advice. I'm texting this girl exactly what my brother's suggesting, and she thinks I'm literally joking because she thinks like how serious and cringe I'm being is just such an ick. So to go from being the type of guy, I was sat on the floor with my brother sat on the couch, like showing him my phone. Oh, she just texted me this. What should I say? To go from the autistic optimizer overthinker to the social Chad enjoyer, who I was just in this like free flow. I was just stood around in that happy day in the gym recently, stood around talking to my friends. We're laughing, we're burst out laughing. We're almost like laughing loud, obnoxiously, because there's like 5 of us cracking jokes. Turn around, speak to this girl. My friend speaks to that girl. I shout over and speak to that girl. I was in such a complete flow state. When I saw that girl that I was attracted to, I didn't sit around and think of like what to say. I didn't sit around and worry about the consequences. I was in such a flow and I was so happy that I literally just saw her and shouted out loud what I thought of her, which was, "Yo, excuse me, you're really cute. What's your name?" And I said it loud enough. I swear to God, like minimum 5, 6 people looked over, 10, 15 probably heard it. How do you go from the autistic optimizer overthinker to the social Chad enjoyer? That's what I want to cover in this module of the Social Chad course. Chances are, if you're struggling with your social life, you're more of those autistic optimizers. You're constantly worrying about what to say. You're overthinking about what to say, how to present yourself, which is natural. Look, you're at like the foundational stage right now. You're having to learn some of these tactics and strategies with your social life. That means the next time that you go to some social situation, like, you're going to go speak to the girl or the guy at the gym, your brain's probably going to be full of some bullshit, like, the ideas from this course, because you have to kind of remember it and bring it up to speed. You have to maybe recap some of the modules in this course, which means that it's in your brain and you're kind of overthinking. But I want you to get to the point where you don't even think at all. You see a girl, your brain says that she's cute, and you automatically say you're cute to her right away. That's what brings the best energy. You see a guy, he's jacked, and your brain makes you just say, "Whoa, you're really jacked," straight away. No overthinking, no planning what you're going to say, because when you overthink, when you plan what to say to someone, when you see someone in the gym and you're like, "Okay, I'll speak to them like after the next set. What should I say? Okay, I think I'll say this, whatever." You'll come across 10 times more needy, even though you might say the exact same word for word sentence. The version of you that doesn't really think about it and contemplate like what to do or what to say in a social situation, that version of you will do so much better. The big enemy for you is constantly just worrying. It's the worry that makes you perform worse in these social situations. Imagine for yourself that you were there with me on that Sunday when I was at this gym that I keep speaking about. And imagine we're stood in this group of lads, all guys who like go to the gym together, we're laughing, whatever. And there's tons of people all around us. They're all kind of managing They're all kind of like minding their business, but they're sat around kind of listening to the conversation, kind of like doing their own thing, eating, drinking on their laptop, whatever. There's a version of you that would be worrying while stood next to us. Oh, there's that girl. Maybe I should speak to her. Oh, I wonder what Hamza thinks of me. I should try and say something smart. And that guy's really big. I should, you're just intimidated, whatever. All that pressure that's building up inside of you, all that worry, you think it's kind of productive because it's making you take the situation seriously. Actually, it's just going to make you perform worse. What you'll notice is the social circle will start to like close with you on the outside because people don't enjoy being around the person they can tell is an overthinker. It makes people uncomfortable when they can sense that you're like worrying about what to say. It makes people uncomfortable. You can tell when someone has like planned what to say, and you might not have had this experience so much just because, no offense, but you're probably not at the level where people would be kind of nervous to speak to you. You're not a hot girl. You're not like a jacked or successful guy. But when you get to a good level of success and you want to befriend high level men or beautiful women, they will smell it. I'm telling you, I know this sounds like an exaggeration, but I'm telling you, within a second, I can literally just sense like this kind of unattractive energy in a guy who comes up to me. Within, I swear to God, a second. He might not have even said anything just yet, but within a second, you can sense like this kind of neediness, this vampire kind of energy, this drain, this guy who's like worrying about what to say. He's not in a flow state. He's overthinking. It doesn't feel good. So imagine my situation, right? Because mostly hot girls have experienced this throughout history. But we live in like a new age where you can be a young man who's actually very successful and has like, online influence and whatever. So I'm like a hot girl now. I get cold approached by guys 5 times a day now, where guys will come up to me and say, oh, you're Hamza, whoa, I like your videos, whatever. 3 to like 5 times a day, sometimes even more if I like stay outside for like a good few hours. So I have a rare experience to tell you what men are like when they go up to someone new, because I get approached a lot. I get approached every day. Think about it. You've probably never even known someone in your life who's a male who gets approached every day. So just imagine this. When I get approached, I promise you it's not an exaggeration, within 1 second, before he's even said like more than 3 words, I just feel off or on. And it's just based on how needy that person is, how much I can tell he's overthinking and worrying about this conversation. When he's overthinking, worrying about this conversation, when he's needy, when he's like a vampire, like he just wants something from me, I get this instant almost ick. He could be, and you know what's interesting about this? I've always been so interested in this, right? You know what's so interesting? This does not actually reflect the level of man that he is. So there's been guys who come up to me who are jacked, successful, they make money. Everyone else would think that they're like confident guys. Like any guy underneath him would think, whoa, that guy's like a Chad. And I get this sense from him, and I'm like, oh God, like he wants something from me. He's needy. I can tell he's been like worrying about this conversation in his mind. And I get the ick, even though he's jacked. And I swear to God, some days a fat motherfucker comes up to me, a skinny little, scrawny little guy who looks sleep deprived comes up to me, and I'm actually a bit attracted to them because they come up to me, but in a way that they don't even want anything. They don't need anything. They just saw me and straight away they walked over to me. It's like, oh, are you Hamza? Oh, nice videos, bro. And sometimes they've even asked, oh, can I get a picture? They want something. But it's like this like invisible energy where it doesn't matter what level you are. So if you're watching this thing, you're like, oh yeah, I'm not one of these guys, I'm not a Jeffrey anymore, I'm higher. I'm telling you, this isn't just about the Jeffrey level of like, does the guy, is he fat? Does he still jack off? Is he jacked? Is he successful? Successful guys are exactly the same as like fucking Jeffrey little losers in this situation. It's just like, how much have you planned what to say to someone? How much have you got like a script in your mind? Like, for example, let's say you're calling something, right? You're calling, the doctor or whatever. Do you think of the words you're going to say beforehand? Like, do you script it in your mind? Be honest, just be completely honest. Do you? Because most guys would be like, yeah, fair enough. I kind of plan a script. The most autistic overthinkers will probably write it down. Like me and my brother used to do this when we had to call either the doctor or like these pizza places we would order from. We would write it, hello, I'd like to order, like a fucking robot. Hello, I'd like to order, like whatever. If you're the type of guy who does that, I understand, because I've been there myself. But it's really fucking ugly. It sounds so weird and so inauthentic that then it's a complete turn off to the person, especially when you're here in like the physical world and not just, voice on a phone. It sounds so ugly, feels so unattractive to the guy who's receiving it, or even the girl who's receiving it, because it makes them think like, oh, this guy, he's worried about what to say so much, which means that he is far lower than I am because I'm not worrying about what to say to him. You don't want to do that, right? Imagine like there's a hot girl in the gym. You don't want to position yourself in a way where instantly you're basically showing that you are beneath her. But if there's one person who's worried about what to say, if there's one person who's been overthinking, you see the hot girl and you're like, okay, after this set, yeah, I'll go up to her, I'll visualize what to say, okay, yeah, I'll say like, you're really cute, okay, I'll say this. She's not thought that about you. So when you've put in that much mental investment, like sort of brain time, thinking time into her, she's not done it for you, which automatically means you will literally within a second show through all your behaviorism that she is higher than you, and she will have the ick. She will just instantly have like the ick. She'll be unattracted to you. You know how sometimes there's been a time when without even thinking about it, you end up speaking to a girl or a guy. You can probably remember one of those days when you're in that flow state. You didn't even plan, like you didn't write a script in your mind of what to say to the girl or the guy you wanted to speak to. You just kind of happened to say it quickly. And surprisingly, it's like a girl who might even have been above your league started to position herself below you. You've probably had this before, right? Like if you think back to your dating life, all the girls who've ever been into you, some of them you probably think like, wait, there's a few girls who honestly were like out of my league, but they used to act like they were below me. And it's because you didn't like plan the script when you were speaking to them. They planned it with you. They put themselves in the submissive position with you. Now, you probably fumbled it, as a lot of young men do. Okay, you started thinking about her too much, you fucked her up, whatever. Okay, a lot of us have done that. But that just goes to show you can be both versions of people. You can be the autistic, optimizer, overthinker, the guy who worries about what to say, the guy who plans the script of what to say. Or you can be the social Chad enjoyer. Let's talk about this archetype. This one, if there's one word that explains this personality I want you to have, it's spontaneity. Spontaneity basically just means in the moment. So imagine you see, you're in the gym, you're hitting the set, whatever, and then there's a hot girl there. The moment that there's a hot girl there that you're attracted to, you command your legs to walk towards her. You don't even know what you're going to say yet. You don't know. You've not planned the script. But let's just say you try this, right? Because that sounds kind of scary. Let's say the moment you see her, you command your legs to like dart towards her with some speed. You're walking towards her. Give her a little wave. Take your earphone off. She takes her earphone off. And you say whatever the fuck just comes up in your brain. You say the first thing. Good morning. And she's like, good morning. And you're like, I just really wanted to talk to you today. And she's like, well, okay. Yeah, you're really cute. And she's like, oh, thank you. And then you just speak like that. That will be you bringing the kind of energy that is so much more attractive, because people, I'm telling you, even if you say like worse words, even like the sentence you say is less effective than the sentence of the guy who's like overthinking and, he's been planning it. This guy's energy will destroy his effectiveness, even though his constructed, scripted sentence is actually better than the social Chad enjoyer, like the simple little retard who might have had like a worse sentence because, he didn't plan what to say. But he just says it with this like happy human energy that is received better. So think about this major point. As the overthinkers, we think that if we really plan what we're going to say to someone, what we're going to say to this girl we're about to approach, or what we're going to say in the middle of a conversation. Imagine me and you are speaking and, like there's two versions. One person's literally actually listening, or the other version of you is not really listening. You're just basically planning what to say next, right? The version of you that's the overthinker, even if you've planned what to say next, and even if the word for word sentence you've constructed is actually better than what like the social Chad enjoyer will just come up with on the spot, the shitty energy behind this kind of weird invisible but sensible energy that people can feel will actually make your performance, your effectiveness worse in your social life. Do you get this point? So a lot of us think that if we plan what to say, if we're in the middle of a conversation and someone's talking and we're not really listening because we're planning what to reply with, we think that that's going to, serve us and get us what we want in the social situation. But it's not, even if like the sentence we constructed was better, because being the overthinker is just so unattractive. Here's a lesson I need to give you, and I promise it, like, you're gonna keep learning this lesson more and more and more. You don't actually have to say like smart things or like the right things in a conversation with people. You can stutter. You can mumble, you can mess up your words, you can say something stupid, you can make like a point that wasn't even a good point, and people will still really like you. You can we'll talk soon about like what to actually talk about. And when I give you that advice in a future module, you'll be thinking like, wait, what? Is this legit? Like Hamza's actually giving this shitty advice. He's saying to like, just talk about your knee or whatever. Talk about like random shit. Yes. Bro, I literally today, I had a hot girl next to me in the sauna. And I'm literally just talking about how my quad muscle spasms when I stretch it on my right leg, but not my left leg. But because I said it in an element of not needing anything from her, I was just making like a happy little guy observation. She's feeling my fucking quad. Like she's putting her fucking fingers on my leg to feel it. It's not about what you say. It's not about the words, the sentence you say. You know this. It is not about the sentence you say. It's about who you are and how you say it. Think of the difference. The optimizer, the little overthinker, the guy who worries about what to say, he can say the best sentence, but he will just turn people off because instantly they'll get this invisible ick of like, this guy's really trying to like prepare what to say to me. It's just unattractive. But another guy comes up and says something that's like twice as stupid, half as intellectual. But you can tell he didn't plan a script beforehand. He's just being authentic. And even if he sounds a bit simple-minded, there's something endearing about, I would rather have an honest retard as a friend than like this weird introvert who's constantly analyzing what to say to me or whatever. Because that just feels like, that's like ick. That's like, it feels like rapey or some shit. It's like, what the fuck do you want from me? What are you calculating? The big tip you need to understand from this lesson is just stop worrying. I know that's easier said than done, but your worry, your optimizing comes from your belief that it's actually helpful. So I know it'll be easy for me to say, stop worrying about social anxiety, right? And you'll be thinking like, wait, but how can I stop worrying about it? But social anxiety, I promise, it's not like this weird, fearful thing. It's actually the opposite. It's not like this negative, fearful thing. It's actually you believing that you sort of practicing the script, thinking about what to say, will actually have a good impact. That's what social anxiety really is. That's what like worry and overthinking in a conversation is. It's not that you feel kind of negative. It's that you desire the positive, which is good results, effectiveness in your social life, and you believe that planning what you're going to say will help you with that. If you right now destroy the belief in your mind that planning what to say in the middle of a conversation or on text or whatever is helpful at all, destroy the belief that it's helpful at all, you will automatically shift into the social chat optimizer, social chat enjoyer mode. So let's role play this, right? Let's say you're in the gym. There's two versions of you. There's the optimizer, the enjoyer. The girl walks in. Let's say it's a guy. Let's say the jacked guy walks in. And in both circumstances, you get the first thought, I should speak to that guy. The optimizer version of you will start to think, and by obviously in this sense, optimizer is like a bad thing, right? It's the guy who's overthinking whatever. The overthinking version of you will see the guy and think, okay, I want to speak to that guy. What should I say? Okay, if I say like, oh, your muscles are really big, but that sounds kind of gay, okay, so I'll go up to him after this set. Wait, he looks kind of busy, okay, so after the next set, I'll go up to him and then I'll look at him first when I grab the weights and I'll put them down and then I'll fist bump him and then I'll take my earphone off and I'll say, oh, yes, bro, you're really big. So then you do that. You walk up to the weights thing, or you're waiting because you said you'll wait first, and he glances at you twice. He notices you're looking at him. Already he's got a bit of the ick. People notice these things. The hot girl notices you've looked at her 4 times because you're thinking, oh yeah, after that set, then I'll speak to her. So already he's got this ick from like, oh, that guy's fucking twice he's noticed you're looking at him. Then he notices you're walking up and he's like, oh, please don't speak to me. And then he notices your beady eyes like looking at him as you like go and grab your weight that you're not even using. You put them down on the floor and yeah, yes, bro. Oh, you're really big. And he takes his earphone off. What? Yeah, you're really big. Oh yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks. Oh, yeah, and then you just walk off. And now, like, you didn't even need the dumbbells. You just thought that that's what you should grab. So now you're like randomly got the dumbbells. You're like, fuck it, like, one set of bicep curls on leg day, fine. That's what most young guys are like, because you're overthinking what to say. The social Chad enjoyer sees the jack guy walk into the room, and his brain generates the first thought, I should talk to that guy. So it's the same start. The social Chad enjoyer does the fastest thing possible, takes his earphone off, waves towards the guy, and shouts over, yo, looking massive, bro. And the guy goes, oh yeah, thank you. Boom, puts his earphone back in, does his set. Which one of these guys do you think that jacked guy who was coming in is going to respect more? The one he saw with his beady eyes looking over at him 2-3 times, who was like awkwardly fumbling, who he could kind of sense just grabbed those weights for no reason, and he was looking at me whilst I was doing my set and he stuttered or whatever. Or the confident guy at the back of the gym who kind of waved over with full confidence, waved over, got his attention, took his earphone out and said, oh, looking big, bro. So short and snappy. Do you see the difference between the two? Like, which one would you want to be? Do you see the difference, and how this relates perfectly to the story I told you? There's two versions of me too, of all of us. That day when I was out in that gym area that I told you about, not in the middle of the gym, but we have like this pool recovery area. I'm stood there and I see the girl that I'm attracted to. The social Chad enjoyer version of me saw her and said, yo, excuse me, got her attention. I said, like, you're really pretty. What's your name? I shouted it, bro, probably on like this voice level, like, so I'm like looking over. Yo, excuse me, you're really pretty. What's your name? Imagine that there's like 10, 15 people, my friends, random people sat around, staff and everything. You know, it's like an outdoor thing, so it's not like obnoxiously loud or anything. It's like outside. But it's like, okay, I did that and it was fun to kind of say it. It was funny. A few people laughed. She's like getting a bit shy, but she was like, oh, whatever. And then I went up to speak to her. Imagine if on that day I was the little virgin overthinker version of me. I see her, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe girls like that exist. She's exactly my type. Oh, okay, what should I say? So I'll go up. No, but she's ordering food right now. So, okay, so once she was ordering food as well when I shouted this out, by the way. So the optimizer version of you would have thought, oh, well, I'll wait till she's done ordering food. Then I'll go over and I'll say hello, is this your first date? What should I say? Should I compliment her? But then she's with a friend as well. Maybe I'll wait till she stands up and goes towards the bathroom. Then I'll cut her off and find her in the bathroom. You know, you'll just do some stupid shit like that, right? It's so easy when we're in like the optimizer mode. So easy to say like, oh, I'll wait till they do a set. I'll wait till they go over there. I'll wait till she's done in this conversation. I'll wait till this. I'll wait till that. And I'm telling you, when you wait till someone's done their set, they can see you. They see you with your beady eyes. Like imagine, there's a mirror in front of us. I'm about to like do a set of like chest press, and I can see your beady eyes looking over at me, and it gives people the ick because you're like, have you got no balls? Just come say hello. Like you've ruined it now. If you came to me straight away in like social Chad enjoyer, I would have been friends with you. Now you've ruined it because I know you've got no fucking testicles now. It's like you've given it the ick. There's a girl who would have fucking deep throated your fucking cock. She would have let you put your sperm inside of her if you just walked up to her right away. But because she looks into the mirror and sees you staring at her, like looking at her like 3 times, now she doesn't even want to speak to you. Can you imagine the night and day difference? There's literally a girl, like multiple girls in your life, who literally would want your fucking sperm inside of them if you were in social Chad enjoyer mode. If you just, whenever you saw the girl, turned your fucking brain off and just risked it and went, yeah, fuck it, I'm just going to say whatever comes to my fucking mind, rather than worrying and trying to optimize and trying to think of the best sentence to say. Stop that worrying bullshit. Stop trying to script your words. That makes you sound so much worse, right? So the big belief you need to destroy is the idea that scripting what we're going to say, and scripting I just mean is like, you're constructing the kind of sentence or whatever you're going to say to someone. We're scripting that because we believe it's going to help us. We believe we need to have like a sentence kind of ready to like copy paste once we walk up to someone, and it makes you worse. That's the overthinker. The social Chad enjoyer doesn't script, doesn't have the words in his mind. More often, he's more bodily focused. He will command his legs to move. He will move his arms like this to get the other person's attention. And he'll also do it faster. He'll do it almost as soon as he's gotten the idea. I've interrupted girls in their conversation with their friends. I've went up to girls when they're like ordering food with the waiter, and you might be thinking, oh, well, that's really rude. I fucked those girls like 2 hours later. So fuck you, little pussy, saying, oh, it's really rude. Clearly they fucking enjoyed it, right? So the social chat.
I'm the video guy, and what he's saying is true.
My cameraman, if you didn't hear him, he said, I'm the video guy, and what he's saying is true. Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, you'd be like, imagine if you watched me in the gym and you saw me go up to a girl who's like on the phone call, or you saw me go up to a girl who's like ordering something with the waiter. You'd be thinking like, no, you should have had you should have had to wait, right? You've got to wait until the NPC interaction is done. No, you fucking don't. Because if my brain saw her when she's in the middle of an interaction, I'm going to go fucking speak to her. And look, I'm acting like I've got a massive cocky. I do. But like, it's not all the time. A bunch of times I'll see the girl and my brain will go into optimizer mode and I'll be like, yeah, wait. And then I'm the same fucking little virgin like you, bro. I'm the same needy motherfucker, beady eyes looking over at the girl. And it's only afterwards I'm like, why the fuck didn't you just go up to her right away? You're doing this virgin shit again, Hamza. Come on, snap out of it. So it happens to me too. It's kind of like a scale, like it's not binary, right? It's like a spectrum. How much, like what percentage of your interactions is the optimizer? What percentage of your interactions is the social chat enjoyer? What we want to do is move it more towards the social chat enjoyer. You move with spontaneity, you move your body right away, and you do not script what you're going to say. You just risk it. You just trust in your faith of being a fucking human being and an adult that your brain will say something that's half decent. That's it. You just trust in your faith that you can walk up to a human being and randomly say something, and the thing you say will not be criminal, basically. But, you know, like, I'll talk more about what to say to girls, but I'll just tell you a very quick story, right? Last year, I was in the same gym, and this girl walked past who I swear to God, blonde. Like, this is the outdoor section, so she's wearing a bikini, basically like fucking underwear. Blonde, slim, thick, but like with curves and a fat ass. I swear to God, she walked down these stairs. Like 4 or 5 guys are staring at her. She's ordering food. Her ass looks fucking unreal. 4 or 5 guys staring, including me. And I looked at then the other guys, and I was like, fuck these guys. I'm going to put them in the fucking cuck seat. She orders her food. She walks back towards me, and I just say out loud, yo, your physique is sick. I literally compliment her body. The first thing I've said to her. You know what happens when they put me in jail that day? They didn't put me in jail. Guess what fucking happened? Guess what happened? I said, yo, your physique is sick. Guess what she said? Thank you. So is yours. Back to my place the same fucking day. So, if you're an unattractive little weird loser, probably be careful complimenting a woman's body. Probably be careful, because you're probably saying a weird fucking way. The higher level you are, the more you can kind of like talk about more intimate things. But that's just to tell you, it's still better to be in the social chat enjoyer mode, even if you're going to say something that's a little bit risky. It's still better, bro. Just put your trust in your sort of intuition that your brain, your body, as soon as you are in the conversation, will just say whatever it needs to say. Just put your trust in that. Maybe once every now and then you might say something completely stupid. That happens, bro. It happens. And plus, look, most guys these days, we err on the side of caution because of like Me Too, you know, the Me Too movement where girls are falsely accusing guys of rape and you don't want to be called a creep or whatever. So most of us, through years and decades of like brainwashing, have been pushed to be way more softer with our approach. So if you're worried about you just not thinking about what to say and just saying something, if you're worried that you'll say something that gets you in trouble, you know, people think you're a creep, I'd actually like say you probably don't have to be that worried, honestly. Because these days it's like people, like guys are just so timid. Chances are you're not going to be like aggressively sexual in the first thing you say to a girl. That's probably the most like aggressively sexual thing I've said to a girl. Like the first like words I've said to her is like, oh, you've got a really nice physique. It sounds a lot 10 times like less problematic and creepy than saying like, oh, you've got like a sexy body, you've got big hips or whatever. To be fair, I've even said like riskier things than that, and I still ended up smashing the girl on the same day. There was actually a girl who was like thick as fuck. Again, I like them like slim, thick, gym, big fucking glutes. She walked past me one day and I literally thought to myself, holy fuck, I've got to fuck her. So I walked straight up to her, took my earphone off and said, "Excuse me, you've got like my dream physique in a girl, so I wanted to get to know you." She knows what that means. Fuck the shit out of her the same day. So this isn't to say that you can do this, because look, if you're like an 18-year-old little loser and you don't have the same kind of like social charisma that I do, then it could be risky, and it's still potentially even risky for me as well. But this being said, the idea behind this is just trust your intuition. Trust the natural words that will just come up when you enter these conversations. You don't need to script what to say. Just let your brain and your body just kind of decide what to say there when it's time. No scripting, no planning, no standing around thinking about what to say. No, like, because when you're doing that, you're just putting them on a pedestal. You're putting them on like as above you. And when you finally get into that conversation, just through your unspoken body language, they'll just sense that you're far below them. So you don't even think about it. You remember, like, the first thought that comes in, like it did with that last story I told you where the girl walked past me, she was thick. My brain instantly saw her and said, "Oh, you've got to fuck her." I didn't like think about it longer than that. I just went over and spoke to her. It's okay to get the first thought about the girl, which is like, "Oh my God, she's attractive. Oh my God, she's got a good ass. Oh, I want to smash her. Oh, I want to be friends with that guy." That's the normal level. Okay, get the one thought. But after that thought, it's like respect the desire and go fucking get what you want. When the desire forms and there's a thought in your mind like, "I want to fuck that girl. She's got nice titties. She's got a nice body. Oh my God, she's pretty. That guy's jacked. I want to get to know him. Oh, those two guys look really funny." As soon as the desire forms, as quickly as possible, you go and get what you want with no delay. You don't practice what you're going to say. You don't overthink it. You just walk straight up as if you're a lifelong old friend, smile, hello, whatever the fuck comes up, let it just be natural. And that is how you get out of this overthinking mindset, which just does not serve you at all. This is how you become a social Chad enjoyer.